happens when the Epstein files don't match the sex trafficking myths you've heard? The way we talk about sex trafficking in the United States is largely shaped by conspiracy theories, not by survivors or evidence. Amplifying stories of young white women who are almost kidnapped from Target parking lots, airports, or snatched in broad daylight. Movies like The Sound of Freedom doubled down on this narrative. Released in 2023, this was a movie that your weird right-wing uncle or like your Facebook mom probably loved. They said, why is no one talking about this? In the film, the protagonist's children are kidnapped through a modeling scam. And the whole plot is basically just this action-packed race against this underground sex trafficking network. It was marketed as a true story, even though survivors, advocates, journalists all raised serious concerns about the film's inaccuracies and fear-mongering. And the star of the movie is connected to QAnon, a far-right conspiracy theory that dominated internet forums from 2016 to like 2023-ish. QAnon claims there's a cabal of satanic, cannibalistic child molesters connected to the deep state, and that Donald Trump is going to expose them all. This theory gave rise to other conspiracy theories like Pizzagate, which claimed there was a pedophilia ring being run out of the basement of a Comet Pizza. And there was the whole Wayfair scandal. This idea that women were being abducted and sold on Wayfair and like overpriced cabinets. They also fuel a lot of social media panic. Those posts that say, oh, I was almost sex trafficked in like the Walmart parking lot because this guy looked at me weird. These narratives fuel a lot of racism and anti-immigrant propaganda. The reality is that most trafficking does not begin with an abduction off the street. It begins with grooming, coercion, and manipulation. Traffickers prey on vulnerability, poverty, unstable housing, addiction, runaway youth, LGBTQ youth, youth in foster care, usually individuals without a strong support system or like just looking for survival. For most victims, a trafficker is someone they know, not a stranger off the street. But here's where a lot of the hypocrisy comes in. Those who often amplify these conspiracy theories actively fight against policies that would reduce trafficking. They oppose social services, mental health support, LGBTQ rights, worker protection, housing programs, anything that could potentially reduce the power imbalance between vulnerable populations and their exploiters. Then the Epstein files came out. But even here, the mythology doesn't hold. These women were not kidnapped at random. They were groomed, manipulated, isolated, and trapped by economic, social, and emotional vulnerability. And Trump, the guy they all believed who was sent here to expose the pedophiles, is clearly tied to these files. Now, many of the same people who claim to care about trafficking have been attacking these women because they don't fit their victim narrative or because the abusers don't match their imagined villains. And that's the problem with conspiracy theories. They don't center victims. And whenever real cases surface that do not match the fantasy, they are dismissed. The biggest threat to stopping trafficking is misdirected outrage. As long as people continue to fixate on these myths, they will ignore the structures that actually enable abuse.